Hey everybody, the first thing that I'm going to go over is logging into your manager portal, all of the different views that you have, and essentially how to look at your employees, look at the times that they've clocked in and out, how to make corrections and all of that. So when you first log into your dashboard, you're going to see a couple of different start boxes. We went over them briefly in the first training. The thing that you guys are going to primarily focus on is the timesheets. So you'll see these 4 start boxes. They have a variation of reports available in each start box. You just have to hover over it and to be able to see what you can and can't click on. You can also scroll down to the bottom of your dashboard and you can see all of your employees. If you ever need to change it or think that you can't see everybody, you can drop down on pretty much any screen just to see more available. I'm working in a test manager, so I only have 3 people. You can also look over here on this column and see who has clocked in or out for the day. So the first thing that I kind of want to focus on is reviewing timesheets. I would recommend for the first several pay periods logging in at least once a week and making sure that everybody has their salaried hours for the period and that the people that are clocking in and out hourly, that they have shifts every day for the times that they are working. To be able to do that, you can go a couple of different places. My recommendation would be to go to My Timekeeping and All Current Timesheets. So this is where you're going to be able to see all of the different employees that you have. You can see their raw hours for the pay period. And to be able to view them all at one time, you can click on this box, which will select everybody. If you want to go person by person, you have a couple of different options. The first option is that you can edit a timesheet directly. You can just preview it, or you can see the employee information from this screen. So for right now, we're just going to go in and we're going to edit a timesheet. Danielle is an hourly employee, so we're going to log in and we're going to see her hours for the day. For the pay period. You'll notice that this actually automatically populates to the pay period that you are currently in. This is going to be a feature that Kronos does on every screen. You are going to have to click the back button if you want to view a previous period. So it's going to automatically default to the current period, which is very important to remember when you are processing payroll. But that is something that we'll go over in the next video. If you, let's say Danielle forgot to clock out on a certain day, on Monday, let's say she didn't have anything here. The first thing that you'll know is that she's still able to clock in throughout the rest of the period, but you would see it would appear as a blank here. So to be able to go in and edit somebody's time, you would just go in there, type in 5:03 p.m. And the most important thing to note is that you have to save everything. So you're going to go up here to this top bar with all these different options and click save. If you don't save it, it's not going to keep anything in the system. Let's say that we needed to go in and add a segment. Let's say she took an additional lunch. Let's say she came back at 6:03 for the day and left again at 8:03. You would just come over here, you can click an add button and you can add a segment to any shift. You may or may not need to do that, and you would just click save once you've entered the times. This will show you that you've edited that time, and so it will show you what time she's actually punched in and out for and which ones have been edited. Let's say you needed to delete an entire segment altogether. You would just come over here and you would click on delete. Still save your work, and you'll see that she clocked in at 7:59, she was out at 12:30. Back at 1:50 and out at 5 o'clock. This is going to be the raw total before it rounds, and then the calculated total is also going to show the rounded hours or the quarter hours, which is how we pay all employees. So you can kind of scroll down and you can see she doesn't have any punches for the Tuesday the 25th. She was actually out of the office, so it would, like I said earlier, it would show blanks. So if you needed to add hours for that day, it still is going to populate a day, the date, and then it will show you, that she hasn't clocked in for that day. So if you needed to add hours for that, you could just come in here and say, let's say she worked 8 to 3. Again, come up here, click save, scroll down, make sure that it has saved your work, etc. So since she actually wasn't here that day, we're just going to zero that out again and save it. And you can see again that it has disappeared. Also, it will show Saturdays and Sundays, but they will be in orange. Most often, people will not be clocking in those days, but if they do, it is an available field that you can still review and approve. To toggle back and forth between employees, you can come up here to timesheet edit and go back. And let's look at a salaried individual. For this one, we're just going to click on preview. This is kind of just where you can see every single day the 8 hours that it's populated. If you needed to come in and edit, you would click on the edit screen. You could see Coastal Home Care, Monday through Friday, 8 hours. This is automatically populated. If you needed to ever add a note, you could do that here. Just say, maybe let's say someone left early, we still have to pay them for the whole day. You could say left at 4:30 for appointment. Save it, save here. And then you could click on it and it would show you the note. So there's a couple of different views. You can come in here and it will confirm that everything is salary. You can come in here and view the summary by day. Honestly, the easiest way to do it is just to view the timesheet here and make sure that they have 8 hours every day. If you needed to edit anything, you could do that from the same screen. You could come in here and let's just say they were only here for 4 hours. With a salaried individual, we're still going to pay them for the 8 hours, but like I said, you could change it if you wanted to track if a salaried individual was leaving pretty frequently. If you wanted to kind of view your employees on a more easy, like to toggle back and forth between them, you could go to your home screen, and if you ever need to navigate back home, you can click on Kronos in the top left-hand corner, and it will take you back to your dashboard. You can always come here and you can type in their name, and it will populate here, and it will take you to their employee information. If you ever think something is wrong in somebody's setup, or if you need to verify that we have the right phone number or email for the second factor, you can do that here. All of that information shows up here. So this is the email that we would have on file. This is a cell phone number that we have on file. And if someone is hourly but is showing up as salaried hours, this is where you could see it, or vice versa. So if you see anyone that's incorrect, that's how you can verify that it is incorrect, and you can just shoot me an email and I will fix it. So that's pretty much the gist of editing time, adding shifts, everything like that. If you guys have any questions, as always, just let me know.